Hello and Happy New Year! Welcome to Bank to Binary's first Ahead of the Week report for 2014, bringing you all the important trading and market events for the 6th to the 10th of January. Don't forget that all times stated are Greenwich Mean Time. The week starts off slow as everyone is still getting into the swing of the new year. On Monday, the UK will release its services PMI report at 9:30 in the morning, and the US will release its ISM non-manufacturing PMI figures at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Later in the evening, the US Senate will take a vote to confirm or reject the nomination of Janet Yellen as the Fed chairperson for the 4-year term that begins this February. Tuesday is Trade Balance Day, with the Australian trade balance data coming out just half an hour after midnight, followed by the Canadian and US trade balance figures at 1:30 in the afternoon. At 3 p.m, Canada will release its Ivy PMI data, providing insights into the country's economic health. Wednesday is tentatively scheduled to begin with the German Constitutional Court ruling regarding the legality of the European Central Bank's outright monetary transactions policy, which commits the ECB to purchase in secondary sovereign bond markets of struggling Eurozone member states. Jens Weidmann, the head of the influential Bundesbank, has openly opposed the OMT and has positioned himself against Draghi's 2012 pledge to do whatever it takes to save the euro. On Wednesday afternoon, traders look at the US. At 1:15 p.m, the first ADP non-farm employment change report for the year will be released, the number of which is expected to have dropped to 199,000 from 215,000 last month. At 7 in the evening, the Federal Reserve will publish the official minutes of its December FOMC meeting. Investors will scrutinize the report for insights into the voting that has resulted in a $10 billion reduction of economic stimulus and will attempt to gauge the Fed's next move. Moving on to Thursday, we get an early start with the Australian building approvals and retail sales reports coming out at 12:30 a.m. At noon, the UK will report on its asset purchase facility and official bank rates for the month, both of which are expected to remain at the same levels as last month. The interest rate statement of the Monetary Policy Committee is tentatively scheduled to follow shortly thereafter. The European Central Bank will announce its minimum bid rate at 12:45 p.m, which is expected to persist at the current level of 0.25% as well, and will hold a press conference at 1:30 p.m. Also, at 1:30 on Thursday afternoon, the unemployment claims data from the previous week will be released. They are expected to show a decrease in the number of Americans claiming unemployment benefits. Friday's reports finally open with the publication of the monthly manufacturing production data from the UK. In the afternoon, we turn our attention to North American data for the week's close. At 1:30 p.m, Canada will release its employment change and unemployment rate figures. At the same time, the US will publish the highly anticipated non-farm employment change and unemployment rate data, which will indicate whether the country has been able to sustain the expansion of its jobs market seen in the last couple of months. That concludes our roundup of the key trading events for the 6th to the 10th of January. Don't forget to visit our YouTube channel for more market analysis. Thanks for watching Ahead of the Week. Until next week, goodbye.